guys, my name's Sean. Hope you have a good time at Rgen tonight. And tonight we're going to talk about friends. When I first became a Christian, I hung out a lot at church with our youth group friends. We had a great group of guys, and we had a lot of spending time with each other. But the thing is, we didn't see each other until the next weekend. And during school, I hung out with a completely different crowd of people. What I was into back then was I skateboarded a ton, and I hung out with these guys that skateboard a lot. And I loved hanging out with them, but they didn't do the same thing that I did, and they didn't act the same way I did. So what they did was they discouraged me from the person I was becoming and the changes I was making. They tried to get me to do things I didn't want to do. They swore a ton, and they did not help me with my walk with God. What I actually had to do is I had to cut off these relationships that I had. I couldn't hang out with these guys anymore. I didn't skateboard with them. I didn't go to concerts with them anymore. I completely distanced myself from them because I did not want to do the things that they were doing. So because these people were not into what I was into, and they actually discouraged me from the things that I was into, I decided that they were not true friends. So answer this. What do you look for in a true friend? Okay, so moving on. You guys talked about what you look for in a real friend. Well, we can also ask, what is a real friend not? A real friend doesn't lie to you. A real friend doesn't talk behind your back. Actually, a real friend sticks up for you when you're not around. Okay, so back in high school, I had this friend, Dave. And Dave was my closest friend back then, and we played on the worship team together, we went to youth group together, and we also went to high school together. What we did was we tried to get as many people as we could in our school to go to church with us. Actually, a lot of these people came back every week, and some of them even came to Christ. Later in my sophomore year, Dave actually switched schools. And now this really sucked because I didn't have my best friend in high school with me who kept me really okay with who I was. I didn't have him to encourage me anymore. I didn't have him to keep me on track. Okay, so now in your groups, share one thing that your best friend does that if they left, that you would miss. So we just talked about my friend David. Now we're going to talk about another David. This one is in 1 Samuel 19, and this talks about a great friendship between David and Jonathan. David was running from Saul, and Saul was out to kill David because he felt threatened by him. Now David and Jonathan were great friends, and Jonathan was actually Saul's son. Saul was a powerful king with quite a temper, and Jonathan had the tough decision of either going with his father and being safe or going with his friend David and comforting him. In verse 3, it says, I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where you are, and I will speak to my father about you. If I learn anything, I will tell you. Okay, so you guys got to catch this. This is really important. What Jonathan did here was he stepped in between his father and his best friend, and he says, look, I'm going with my best friend over this. And he puts himself on the line. He puts his own head on the line. This verse is not in the Bible by accident. Nothing in the Bible is in there by accident. God specifically put Jonathan in David's life to protect him in this moment. If you think about this, God could have saved David in a number of ways. He could have, dropped something on Saul's head, like an anvil or something. He could have, gave him the swine flu. But no, he had Jonathan there to protect him from Saul. And I can't help but think that God put this as he did just to show us the importance of friendship. And friendship is so important because we all need someone there. In 1 John 15:13 it says, no one has greater love than this, that one should lay down his life for his friends. Because what God wants us to do is he wants us to love our friends with the same love that he has for us. Okay, so I want to end you guys with one last question. What can you do to get closer with your Christian friends?